I know what you're thinking. Not another Mavic 2 unboxing video. Boring. So here it is, the DJI Mavic 2 Pro. It's tiny, isn't it? And I think it's the best thing that DJI have ever produced. Let me explain why. Like a lot of freelance camera guys I know, my drone life started with the Phantom 2 and a GoPro hung underneath. It was rubbish, but we just used to put it in the back of the van and do the occasional wide shot. But then we all realised you needed licenses. And what's the first thing you do when you've got your nice shiny new licence? I went out and bought the biggest mother I could find, the DJI S1000 Spreading Wings. Great pictures, it could carry my GH4, but it frightened children and I couldn't fly it anywhere. To be honest, it scared the so. The compromise I've been running with for a while now is the Inspire 1 Pro with dual controllers and an X5 camera. It's good, you can do a lot with it. Unfortunately, the camera doesn't have the data rate that it should have, and this Inspire platform is not the most stable in winds. It drifts around a little bit. It could be better. The Inspire 2 is a lot better. It's also a lot more money. So why do I think that the Mavic 2 Pro hits the sweet spot for drones almost perfectly? Well, the first reason's obvious: size. Being able to just easily fold this thing up so you can throw it in a backpack within seconds, it's been a revelation to me. I realise I'm late to the party and other drones can do that, but what they don't have is this camera. Under this quite cheap looking and, to be honest, rather flimsy protective cover is a very neat little square camera that's marked up as Hasselblad, and it's a 1-inch sensor. Now, I don't want to bore you by listing all the specifications here. There's lots of places you can get those online, but the key point is that this camera will record 422 10-bit at 100 megabits per second using D-Log. Now, if this camera has the Hasselblad color science, then that's potentially groundbreaking in something this size. So the first thing I wanted to do as the sun was going down is see what it will do in the dark. I can assure you the bright lights of Bournemouth are not that bright, so to get any usable pictures out of this was very impressive. Also, having the latest DJI firmware really helps with a lot of the toys. The OcuSync 2, so you get a live video feed from much further away, not that you'd go over 500 meters away from yourself, obviously, and the fact that you can record 1080 proxies on your device in real time is just fantastic. The active track has been improved as well, and it does party tricks like hyperlapse, the small world effects, the one-shots, quick shots I think they call them, all things that professionals obviously wouldn't use. There's a couple of other points that have really transformed the way I think about operating a drone. And the first is this new intelligent flight battery. I'm getting close to 30 minutes out of each battery, which is about double what I was getting out of the Inspire batteries. And this means I'm not constantly worried about how long I've got left before I've finished each shot. But the thing I like most about this drone is all to do with stability. You'd think with it being small and light it would bounce around in the wind. But no. Some of the shots I've used in this video were taken with winds of over 20 miles an hour, and it's like it's on a tripod. It's rock steady. It's something that I never felt that DJI achieved with the Inspire 1 or even the 2, but it gives you a confidence. It makes you feel happy to go closer to objects because it goes and stays wherever you put it. So what tips and tricks have I learned from flying the Mavic 2 over the last couple of weeks? And please bear in mind, these are my personal opinions. If you disagree, just ignore me or leave a nasty comment down there below. Firstly, tip number 1, ignore the zoom. I know a lot of vloggers are raving about the zoom and saying it's the model for them. They like that dolly zoom effect. But seriously, if you're delivering pictures in HD, you can do the same effect with the Pro. Just shoot in 4K in a straight line and squeeze zoom it in post. It looks the same, and it's a bit of an effect that's going to get old really quickly anyway. What many people don't realise is you've effectively got 2 focal lengths in 4K with the Mavic Pro as well. Because of the way the 1-inch sensor is downsampled, you've got a full field of view mode, and you've also got a 4K HQ mode, which is cropping the sensor by 1.4. So effectively you've got a 28mm and about a 40mm in the Pro. Tip number 2 is don't let anybody tell you that you don't need ND filters. You definitely do. Shooting 25p in normal daylight with this Hasselblad camera will give you a shutter speed of about 0.08 of a second, even at f11. And an ND filter is the only way you've got to control the shutter speed to put it anywhere near where you need it to be. They're quite easy to change. Just twist the clear glass element off the front and replace it with the ND filter, whichever one you choose. Just clips into the 4 lugs, a bit fiddly, but it will go in and you're away. Tip 3 is get one of these landing pads, or get confident about hand catching and launching the drone. The problem is the camera is too close. It sits too low when you're landing and taking off. So anything like long grass, wet grass, sand, anything on the ground will rub against the lens and ruin all your shots. So the trick, hand launching, is easy. You can hold the controller, hit the button, and it'll lift off. Hold it away from your face, obviously. It'll lift off on its own and hover just above your hand. Landing is a bit more difficult because there are sensors in the bottom that stop the drone coming down for you to catch it. The trick is to hold your hand out flat and pull down with the stick until it goes against the sensor and it'll just rest on your hand. It's easy, and once you're confident with it, it makes life so much better. Have you guessed yet what my problem is with this drone? There is one. It's not clickbait. It's client perception. My problem with this drone is it looks like a toy. And that's ironic because this drone, in almost every way I can think of, is better than the old Inspire 1 Pro. Certainly better pictures, easier to operate, better in every way. But now I'm going to have to re-educate all of my clients to use something that looks like a toy. Maybe I could get a big scary cover, make it look a bit more serious.